Wealth is not only built in banks, but first in the unseen realm of your mind and spirit. Before a dollar enters your pocket, prosperity must first enter your aura. You are like a magnet, radiating thoughts, emotions, and energy that either attract opportunity or repel it. The question is your aura tuned to scarcity or to abundance? Today, I will show you how to train your aura to become an irresistible force for wealth, my friends. Wealth begins not with coins, not with contracts, not with signatures on paper, but with the invisible forces that govern your mind. Thought is the very foundation of riches for everything you see in this world. Every towering building, every great company, every invention that transformed humanity began first as an idea in the mind of a single individual. What you hold in your thoughts today will shape the reality you walk into tomorrow. It is not a poetic notion. It is a law as certain as gravity. Like attracts like, and your dominant thoughts attract to you their material equivalent. If your mind is saturated with worry, with doubt, with fear, then those are the vibrations you are sending into the world. And I assure you, they will not return to you with wealth. They will return with more of their own kind, more worries, more setbacks, more reasons to believe in limitation. But when your thoughts are disciplined, when you choose to hold in your mind visions of abundance, opportunity, and growth, then you set your aura to the frequency of prosperity. The mind is the transmitter, and your aura is the broadcast. The world, in turn, responds to that broadcast by sending you opportunities, ideas, and associations that match your mental state. Wealth is not a matter of luck, nor is it the exclusive privilege of the few. It is a matter of tuning your inner instrument. You can stand in the presence of opportunity every day and fail to recognize it if your thoughts are not harmonized with wealth. But the man or woman who trains their thoughts to expect prosperity, to expect advancement, to expect riches, will see open doors where others see only walls. They will hear opportunity knocking where others hear only silence. They will draw into their lives the people and the circumstances that align with the picture they have impressed upon their minds. Consider this. When you hold an ideal with intensity and faith, it begins to gather substance. The mind communicates not only with your conscious awareness, but with the unseen forces around you. You may call it intuition. You may call it the law of attraction. You may call it universal intelligence. But the reality remains that your dominant thoughts reach beyond yourself and summon their counterparts. A thought is a seed, and every seed, when nourished, brings forth fruit after its own kind. If you continually think in terms of I cannot, it is impossible, or I will never be rich, then you are planting weeds in your garden, and no man harvests wheat from weeds. But if you affirm to yourself daily, I am capable, I am destined for abundance, I see opportunities everywhere I go, then you are planting the seeds of prosperity. And when nourished by faith, persistence, and action, those seeds will grow into the reality you desire. Now let me be clear, this is not idle wishing. Mere daydreaming never built fortunes. A weak thought that passes through your mind like a cloud drifting across the sky holds no. It is only when you hold a thought persistently, when you saturate it with emotion, and when you act in harmony with it that it transforms into wealth. The mind alone is the starting point, but it must be trained, disciplined, and reinforced daily. The energy of thought is like a river. If left unchecked, it will wander and flood, bringing confusion and chaos. But when channeled with purpose, it can generate power enough to light entire cities. Your responsibility is to channel your thoughts toward the vision of abundance, to guard your mind against the intruders of fear, doubt, and negativity, and to direct your energy toward the building of riches, not just for yourself, but for all whose lives you touch. Every fortune is first built in silence. Long before the applause, long before the wealth, long before the recognition, there is a man or woman sitting quietly, holding firmly in their mind the picture of the riches they intend to create. They live in that picture. They believe in it with such intensity that it colors their every word, every action, every decision. Others around them may call it foolishness, but in time, that picture hardens into reality. You too have that power. The question is not whether you can think, every man can think, but whether you can think deliberately, persistently, and with purpose. Train your mind to dwell only on what you desire, never on what you fear. Direct your aura to radiate expectancy, not despair. For thought is the first currency of wealth, And when mastered, it becomes the inexhaustible source of riches. So I ask you, what are you broadcasting to the world right now? My friends, it is not enough to fill your mind with powerful thoughts of abundance. If those thoughts are constantly colliding with old hidden beliefs that whisper to you, you are not worthy, or oh, wealth is not for you. You may affirm prosperity 100 times, but if deep within, your aura still carries the shadow of fear and the poison of doubt, then you are attempting to plant seeds in soil that has not been cleared of weeds. Before wealth can flow into your life, you must cleanse your aura of the beliefs that choke its growth. Understand this truth. Most of the limitations you carry are not even yours. They are inherited. They come from childhood voices, from family, from teachers, from society at large. Honey, you were told what was possible, what was realistic, and what was too much to ask for. You were told that money is hard to earn, that riches belong only to the lucky or the ruthless, that success requires sacrifice beyond your reach. These words, repeated often enough, sink into the subconscious and wrap themselves around your aura like invisible chains. And then, without ever realizing it, you live not by your own potential, but by the limitations that were handed down to you. But here is the miracle. No belief is permanent unless you accept it as such. You were not born with thoughts of poverty, nor with fears of failure. You were born with infinite possibility, with a spirit untainted by doubt. Limiting beliefs are learned, and what is learned can be unlearned. The process begins the moment you dare to question them. Each time a thought arises, I cannot do this, or I am not enough, pause and ask yourself, who told me that? Where did this belief come from? And does it serve me in creating the life I desire? When you challenge a false belief, you weaken its hold. When you refuse to feed it with attention, it begins to dissolve. Your aura is not simply a reflection of who you are today, but also of the weight you still carry from yesterday. To cleanse it is to strip away every belief that diminishes your power. Replace them with convictions that lift you higher. Instead of repeating silently that you are limited, begin to affirm that you are limitless. Instead of saying that opportunities are scarce, declare that the world is overflowing with chances waiting for you to seize them. The aura responds to repetition, to emotion, and to faith. And when your aura is cleansed, it becomes a vessel of pure attraction, a beacon that wealth cannot resist. Think of it this way. Wealth is like sunlight. It shines upon all, but some stand beneath it with open hands, while others shield themselves with umbrellas of disbelief. If you tell yourself you cannot be rich, you are holding the umbrella. If you insist that wealth is evil, you are holding the umbrella. If you constantly imagine losing instead of winning, you are holding the umbrella. Cleansing your aura is nothing more than folding that umbrella and stepping fully into the light. But let me remind you, cleansing is not a one-time action. Just as dust gathers daily on even the most polished surface, limiting thoughts will attempt to creep back into your mind. The discipline is in catching them quickly, sweeping them away before they take root. Each morning and each night, examine the quality of the beliefs you are carrying. Ask yourself if they align with abundance or if they belong to the poverty of the past. This daily vigilance transforms your aura into a radiant field of power, unclouded by doubt, unburdened by fear. Some of you may wonder why wealth continues to slip through your hands, why opportunities dissolve just as they appear within reach. The answer often lies not in lack of effort, but in the hidden resistance of your aura. Deep down, you may believe you do not deserve it, and so you push it away unconsciously. Deep down, you may fear responsibility, and so you sabotage your progress. To cleanse your aura is to face these hidden shadows and release them, so that your energy no longer fights against the very prosperity you claim to desire. You cannot attract wealth while clinging to beliefs that repel it. You cannot rise while carrying anchors of fear. But the moment you cleanse your aura, the moment you strip away those lies and replace them with truth, you stand tall, unshackled, ready to meet wealth with open hands. So I ask you, what beliefs are you still holding that do not belong to the future you are building? Wealth, my friends, does not flow to the timid. It does not seek out those who hesitate, who second-guess themselves, who speak with uncertainty in their voices and doubt in their eyes. Wealth is drawn to confidence like iron to a magnet, and if you wish to attract it into your life, you must learn to project absolute certainty in all that you do. Before opportunity will trust you, you must trust yourself. Before riches will find you, you must stand as one who is already rich in conviction. People sense your energy long before they hear your words. You can enter a room silently and without a single introduction. Your presence will be felt. Some individuals radiate weakness and instantly others decide they cannot be relied upon. But the man who walks in with certainty, who carries himself as though he belongs, commands attention without effort. That is the power of aura. It speaks for you when you say nothing. It is your invisible handshake, your unspoken introduction, your proof of worth before you even make your case. Confidence is not arrogance, and it is not noise. It is not about boasting or demanding attention. True confidence is quiet power. It is the steady gaze, the calm tone, the unwavering belief in your own abilities. It is the certainty that, no matter the obstacle, you will find a way. When you carry that certainty, others will believe in you even before you give them reason to, because your aura communicates it on your behalf. Think for a moment about those who have built great fortunes. They were not the ones who hesitated, who waited for perfect conditions before acting. They were the ones who stepped forward when others stepped back. They dared to say, "This can be done," when the crowd insisted it could not. Their confidence became contagious, their certainty inspired others to follow, and in that momentum, wealth flowed toward them. Opportunity is shy. It does not approach those who appear unsure. But when it encounters certainty, it rushes to it, eager to be claimed. You must understand that every decision you make imprints upon your aura. If you hesitate, if you doubt, that energy lingers and weakens your presence. But when you act with conviction, when you decide firmly and move forward without looking back, your aura brightens, strengthens, and begins to attract more of the same. Decisions made with confidence build momentum, and momentum builds wealth. Confidence must not be a mask you wear only in public, for your aura cannot be fooled. It must be genuine, built upon the firm foundation of faith in yourself and in the abundance of life. To project certainty, you must first cultivate it within. Train your mind to expect success, to expect solutions, to expect wealth. Let no thought of failure linger, for that is the seed of hesitation. Replace it with the belief that every challenge is an opportunity in disguise, every obstacle a stepping stone. When your inner dialogue is strong, your outer projection will be unshakable. You may wonder, how does one build this aura of confidence? The answer is practice, repetition, and persistence. Just as a muscle grows stronger with use, so too does certainty. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence expands. Each time you take action in the face of fear, your certainty grows. Each time you achieve even a small victory, you reinforce the energy that tells the world, "I am capable. I am prepared. I will succeed." And soon, that aura of certainty becomes natural, effortless, and impossible to ignore. Remember, wealth does not come only from what you know, but from how you present what you know. A man of average ability who projects supreme confidence will attract far greater opportunities than a genius who doubts himself. Why? Because people do not invest in hesitation. They invest in belief. They invest in certainty. And if you wish to command wealth, you must become a source of it in your very being. So carry yourself as one who cannot be defeated, as one who belongs in the company of wealth, as one who has already claimed success in spirit even before it arrives in form. For when you project confidence and certainty, the world cannot help but believe in you. And when it believes in you, it delivers to you the riches you seek. So I ask you, when the world looks upon you, does it see hesitation, or does it see the certainty of a man destined for wealth? Wealth, my friends, is never built in isolation. It does not come merely because you desire it or because you imagine it. Wealth flows to those who align themselves with the principle of service. Every fortune, whether vast or modest, is the direct result of providing something of value to others. No man can grow rich by taking a loan. He grows rich by giving, by serving with such excellence that the world cannot help but reward him in return. If you study the great accumulations of wealth, you will find a simple pattern. Behind every fortune lies service rendered to many. The shopkeeper who provides his community with goods they need, the inventor who delivers a tool that saves time, the leader who organizes men and women to accomplish a great mission. All grow rich because they place themselves on the frequency of service. When you radiate the energy of contribution, your aura becomes irresistible, for it signals to the world, here is someone who adds value, and wealth is drawn to value as surely as a river finds its way to the sea. Service is not slavery, nor is it sacrifice in the sense of loss. Service is the highest expression of abundance. When you serve, you declare to the world that you already have something to give, and that very act multiplies what you hold. A candle loses nothing by lighting another, yet the room brighter. Likewise, when you use your gifts, talents, and energy to uplift others, your aura shines more brilliantly, and wealth, like moths to flame, moves toward you. There are those who chase riches as though wealth were a fleeing shadow. They grasp, they demand, they take without giving. But the man who aligns with service does not chase, he attracts. His wealth comes not as pursuit, but as consequence. For when people feel enriched by your presence, when they trust that your actions bring them gain, they open their doors, their networks, their resources, and yes, their wallets. Money is nothing more than a certificate of value rendered, a symbol of service performed. If you wish to accumulate more money, you must expand the sphere of your service. But let me remind you, service must be sincere. It must come not from manipulation, but from a genuine desire to enrich the lives of others. People are not blind to pretense. Your aura cannot be disguised. If you serve with hidden motives, your energy will betray you, and the rewards will be temporary at best. True service is born from the recognition that the quickest way to secure what you want is to first ensure that others receive what they want. The man who makes life better for thousands cannot help but be richly rewarded. To align with this frequency, ask yourself daily, how can I add value to others? What can I give today that will improve someone's condition? Where can I contribute my time, my skill, my knowledge, in a way that makes the world just a little better? These questions tune your aura to the rhythm of abundance. Each answer you act upon becomes a vibration that draws opportunity closer. Do not underestimate the power of even the smallest service. A kind word, a solved problem, a product delivered with care. Each builds your reputation, strengthens your aura, and multiplies your reach. Over time, these ripples of service expand into waves of wealth. For the world always pays back, in its own time and in greater measure, the good you send forth to this earth. So you may ask, if I give, will I not be left with less? And I tell you no. When you give sincerely, you expand, you attract, you grow. The universe abhors a vacuum. What leaves your hands in service returns multiplied because your aura becomes a beacon for abundance. This is why those who devote themselves to service find that doors open without struggle, allies appear unexpectedly, and wealth flows to them in ways that they could never have calculated. So shift your focus. Do not ask only, how can I get? Ask instead, how can I give more richly, more wisely, more powerfully? The one who aligns with service aligns with the inexhaustible source of wealth itself. For in the act of serving others, you magnetize prosperity. And in serving greatly, you cannot help but grow greatly. So I ask you, is your aura radiating the energy of taking? Or is it radiating the frequency of service that draws wealth without effort? Wealth, my friends, is not built in sudden bursts of inspiration. It is not the result of one lucky break, nor does it arrive because of one extraordinary act performed in isolation. Wealth is the outcome of what you consistently radiate day after day through your thoughts, your habits, and your actions. Just as the body must be fed daily to remain strong, so too must your aura be nourished with the energy of prosperity if you wish to remain magnetic to wealth. To train your aura is not a one-time decision. It is a discipline, a practice, a way of life. You cannot hold a thought of abundance today and then return to fear and doubt tomorrow and expect riches to flow to you. The energy of wealth is like a fire. It must be stoked continually, or it dies out. And when it dies, you are left vulnerable to the cold winds of negativity, discouragement, and scarcity thinking. This is why so many begin the journey towards success with enthusiasm, only to falter and abandon it. They did not reinforce the wealth energy within themselves daily, and so their aura grew dim, their magnetism weakened, and opportunity passed them by. If you desire to remain in harmony with prosperity, you must build rituals that charge your aura every single day. Begin the morning by setting your mind firmly on abundance. Before the world makes its demands, declare to yourself what kind of day it will be. Speak wealth into existence. Tell yourself, in a day I will see opportunity. Today I will attract prosperity. Today I will radiate strength and confidence. You do not underestimate the power of this practice. The words you repeat to yourself become the commands you give to your subconscious, and your subconscious never tires of obeying. Visualization is another daily tool. Take time to picture yourself already in possession of the wealth you desire. See it clearly, feel it vividly, live in it as though it were real. The mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically present. The more often you dwell in that state, the more your aura broadcasts it, and the world responds by arranging circumstances in your favor. This is not fantasy, it is training. Just as an athlete rehearses movements until they are second nature, so too must you rehearse wealth until it becomes your natural vibration. Gratitude is also a vital reinforcement. Each day, give thanks for what you already possess, no matter how small. Gratitude keeps your energy aligned with abundance rather than lack. When you fix your attention on what you lack, you magnify it. When you fix it on what you have, you multiply it. A heart filled with gratitude radiates a signal that attracts more to be grateful for, and wealth, sensing that signal, is drawn to it with irresistible force. Action must also be part of your daily discipline. Auras are not strengthened by thought alone, but by thought expressed in movement. Now, each day, take even a small step that aligns with your vision of wealth. Make the call, write the plan, learn the skill, serve the client. These consistent actions send a clear message that you are serious, and your aura becomes charged with the energy of progress. Opportunity recognizes momentum, and when it finds you already in motion, it eagerly joins you. Some may say, but surely I can miss a day. And I tell you, one day missed is like missing one drop of water in the filling of a reservoir. Alone, it seems insignificant, but repeated often enough, it leaves the reservoir empty. Wealth energy requires constant reinforcement because the world is filled with voices of doubt, negativity, and fear. If you do not guard your aura and feed it daily, those voices will seep in, and soon you will vibrate with their poverty instead of your prosperity. Reinforcement is the difference between the dreamer and the achiever. Many dream of wealth, but few live in the daily discipline required to attract it. If you will condition yourself each morning and each night, if you will feed your aura with the thoughts, images, and actions of abundance, you will become unstoppable. Wealth will not be a matter of chance, but a matter of certainty. So I ask you, are you feeding your aura with wealth daily, or are you starving it with neglect? My friends, wealth is not a mystery reserved for the few. It is a discipline, a vibration, a way of living that begins in the unseen and manifests in the visible. You have learned that the energy of thought is the foundation of all riches, that your aura must be cleansed of limiting beliefs if it is to shine brightly. That confidence and certainty are the magnets which draw opportunity. That service is the frequency that aligns you with endless supply. And that daily reinforcement is the practice that keeps your aura strong and unshakable. The truth is simple. You are already a magnet, broadcasting energy with every thought, word, and deed. The question is not whether you attract, but what you attract. If your aura is clouded with fear, doubt, and hesitation, you will draw more of the same. But if your aura radiates clarity, strength, service, and abundance, then wealth in all its forms will find its way to you, as surely as a river finds the sea. Do not wait for tomorrow. Begin today. Train your aura as faithfully as you would train the body, and it will reward you with strength, with opportunity, with prosperity beyond measure. For the riches you seek are not somewhere out there. They are waiting to respond to the energy you release from within. So I leave you with this charge. Govern your thoughts, cleanse your beliefs, project your certainty, serve with all your heart, and reinforce your wealth energy daily. Do this, and you will not only attract wealth, you will become wealth itself.